my overall feelings on college in general. So, first let's talk about my experience in college. So, I went to university for 2 years. It was a lot of fun. Well, I don't know if I would say fun, but it was a nice experience being able to do things on my own. Because this was the first time I was ever away from my family for long periods of time. So it was like a new experience for me. So I learned a lot of stuff about living on my own. Some things that I learned about myself. And just overall learning how to live as an adult person. So yeah, first let's talk about like where I lived. My college was in Southern California. And I live about 6 hours away in North California. And I was not able to travel like at all to go see my family because I don't have a car. A lot of people ask me like, oh, are you gonna go down for like vacation, like Thanksgiving, Christmas, spring break, all that stuff? And I say, yeah. It's like, oh, do you have a car? I'm like, no. And then they ask me, oh, are you gonna get there then? And I say the train, because the train is like kind of like accessible. So like I take I take a train, then a bus, then another train, and it's like a lot of fun. I will say it's kind of stressful if you don't know what you're doing, but I learned my route really quickly, and it's a lot of fun. I would say it's a lot of fun to be able to just go on a train and not have to really rely on other people. The only people I relied on is the Uber to take me home. But besides that, it was a lot of fun being able to travel like that. And I just learned a lot more about, like, in both junior college and regular university, I learned a lot about the benefits of public transportation. Because especially for me, someone who doesn't own a car, it is really, really hard to be able to get around anywhere without spending an abhorrent amount of money. But yeah, my bill for tickets is around $51. So, and it's about, I leave at 9:18 and I get home around 6:30. So that's a good 8-hour travel day. Good 8-9 hour travel day. And it's crazy the stuff that I do on the, like, just to be able to get home. Like, but it's a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed my time traveling during university, and I also took the bus a couple of times. I only took it a couple of times, but I would take it to go to the mall, because there was a mall like pretty short driving distance from where I was staying in college, because I lived on campus, and the bus, I was able to take the bus, and my bus had an app to where like I can like reserve tickets, or not really reserve, because the bus is not like some exclusive like writing thing. Like, I just ordered a ticket for the day and I just go, and I just go to where I'm supposed to go, and I just learned to love the bus, because like you don't have to worry about gas and insurance and stuff. So I kind of learned like to kind of want more buses, more public transportation, especially for people who don't have a car like me. But now let's talk about classes. classes. It's the same deal with finding classes as in like junior college. Like that's really what all university is you're able to like pick what classes you want and pick your schedule. And this tip still applies from junior college to now. Give yourself a nice short break if you can. If you're able to give yourself at least an hour break in between to be able to do homework, relax, eat a nice meal or something. I always pack my lunches because I always like to pack the lunch. I like maybe just like a sandwich, some snacks, some veggies. Like I like turkey, peanut butter sandwiches, a nice bag of chips, a drink, and all that stuff. Because I just like having a lunch. And I'll just have like my lunch and I'll do a little bit of homework and stuff like that. So yeah, that is always something good that you have to do. Is just give yourself a nice break for a lunch or just a little like break to relax and unwind after all your classes. So yeah, I would say give yourself a little break. And now campus life. So I'm not the biggest person of campus life. I am a pretty introverted person. So I don't like to go out a lot. So I don't really go to a lot of events. Even though like my mom sends me all these links to events and stuff. I've gone to a couple that like I found interesting. Like I went to puppy therapy a couple of times and that's always been really fun. Because there's like this, excuse me, a little therapy dog like clinic that always comes to the school and brings their dogs. And there's there's like a couple of corgis named Kai and Yodi. And the people who own them say they want to get another one called Wiley. It's Wiley Coyote, and I thought that was always really fun. And that was always fun. Or I would always go to my school's plays because I wanted to support my classmates and friends who were in the plays. So I would go to those. And like when you went to a play that where you loved just a character and you're in like a class with that same actor, and the next time it's kind of like meeting a celebrity kind of, because I'm like, oh my god, I saw you in that play and you were so good in it. And that was always really fun. And now my major, so I was a theater major. I was a BA in theater, not a BFA. Like I was always asked like, why not do a BFA? And I kind of talked to that too, being able to experience all aspects of theater. BFA is a lot more just the acting, dancing, not a lot of the technical stuff about theater. Like I've had the occasional BFA people come in, but a lot of BFA people stick with the performance stuff. But I want to be a performer, but I also want to learn a lot about the different aspects of theater. Like I've taken stage managing, directing, makeup, lighting, costuming. I've taken stage crafting classes. I've taken stage designing classes and a lot of different classes where I learn about the different aspects of theater. Like there's still a lot of classes I wanted to take, like maybe like lighting designing and like different designing classes because I love designing. And with these classes I actually learned that I'm a pretty creative writer because in my makeup classes we have to do character analysis. And I would always kind of get praised for how like I can create a world in a story, and I was always like, wow, like because I always have a lot of like ideas for stories in my head, but I just never get to write them down. I don't know why, I can just literally write them down. Like I've had ideas like, here's one idea that I've been like, I think I'm gonna start writing about. And it's the story about place called the Nevada School for Young Aliens, where it's basically this, like, your normal high school environment, but it's full of, like, your typical greenhead aliens. I would think this would be like kind of like a cartoon, and I feel like that would be really fun, like having like this like typical high school environment, but with aliens. And I think I know a couple TV shows that are like that, but this would be set in like Area 51, and the teachers would be like kind of like the military men, but like the aliens would like live there and all that stuff. It's kind of like mixing a lot of different shows, and like it would be super cool to have like one of those ideas come to life, but it's just stuff that comes into my head. Like a lot of this stuff is just kind of nonsense, but one day. But yeah, now onto my living situation. So I lived on campus, and I think I've talked about my living situation before. When I used to live on campus. But I would think it was pretty fun. Like my situation was I didn't have the normal dorm room situation since I was a transfer and an upperclassman, so I was able to kind of like go to like straight to the apartments, which were basically kind of like this 4-bedroom apartment with 2 bathrooms, a kitchen, and a living room, where I was able to like make my own food and not have to like worry about only eating at the food hall, because the food hall I was required to buy a food plan, but I didn't really like use my food plan a lot. Like unless I was like really lazy and I just was craving something, I would go. But if for any of my college people, if you've been to like your food hall and you're like craving something and they don't have it, that's maybe with French fries, because like I don't know why, but like my school like got like a quote unquote upgrade to their food hall, and I was always craving French fries. Whenever I went to go get French fries, they always had just kind of like sweet potato fries. I hate sweet potato fries, like sweet potato anything I don't like. And like I had sweet potato fries, sweet potato chips, all the sweet potato, and I don't like it. But yeah, and then also like other things like I don't know where I was going there, but I would cook a lot, and I learned like what I like to eat, what I'm good at cooking at, and I learned how to cook. And also kind of just like my big pet peeve was like a lot of adults, like new adults going into like their own individual adult lives, don't know how to do a lot of things, like learning how to wash dishes, cook, do the laundry, clean after themselves. That my parents all taught me all of that before I went to college. Like I knew how to mop, I knew how to clean a toilet, clean a sink, clean a shower. I know how to do all that stuff, clean my own room and stuff like that. But a lot of the like new upcoming adults don't know that. Like there's YouTube, there's the internet. You can look up all this stuff like really easily. And like my parents all taught me that, which I'm really grateful for. And like I had the privilege to be able to be taught by my parents to be all that stuff. But like if you don't know something, ask a friend who does, or look it up on the internet. Don't just leave all your stuff everywhere. And like the laundry room would always be a mess. People don't know how to clean. The lint trap was always a big thing, because whenever I would always have to check the lint trap because no one emptied the lint trap. And like one time I peeled a super thick layer of like lint and dust and stuff, and I'm like, I'm surprised the freaking building didn't catch on fire yet. especially if you're living in a communal area and everyone's using the same washer and dryer. Clean after yourselves. Pick up, like, one time someone's dirty chonies were in the dryer, and I didn't notice it because it was like stuck in like a crevice, and I didn't notice it until I was done with my drying, and I was just so disgusted. And I'm like, I guess maybe they were washed, but pick up after yourselves. Make sure that all your clothes are out of the dryers and washers, because that's disgusting. Like, yes, I've only done it once where I forgot a shirt, but I never did that again. I always remembered to like get all my clothes out, and I only did it once. But like, I can go on a whole rant about like laundry rooms and stuff, but I'm not gonna do that. But now let's talk about just kind of like some quick tips. One, if you don't have a car, get one of those granny carts. If you're always, you know, like the homeless people or like the old people walking around with like those caged carts, they like the caged shopping carts, get one of those, because if you're walking to the grocery store and don't want to like carry food, make sure that you have one of those carts. And it's also good for laundry because you can just put your hamper inside the cart, and just take your laundry with you so you don't have to carry it. And I always get a lot of people being asked like, oh, where did you get that cart? I just got my parents' comment on Amazon and just sent it to me. And it was a lifesaver, and it survived the 2 years that I was there. And now let's talk and maybe like some other things, like maybe like always pack your lunches. Like I always also said, give yourself a break, and also just kind of like make sure you're able to get enough sleep. Prioritize sleep, I would say. But if you guys do want me to do like a full, just like kind of like post-grad college tips and tricks videos, I would definitely do that. So yeah, I have a lot of new videos coming up, but I just want to give like my final thoughts on college and university. So I would say I would recommend, like, I know I've said like college isn't for everyone, but looking back on those videos of like a couple of my videos talking about college, like I would recommend at least people go for a higher education, because college, like, you learn a lot, not just education wise, but about yourself, especially when you're all alone and away from your house. Like, even just in junior college where I was still living with my parents, I learned a lot about myself, like my self-interests. Like, I learned about like how I was like part of the LGBTQ community, and how I loved wearing makeup and stuff like that. All of that I learned. So like, going to college makes you learn a lot about yourself internally, and makes you learn to express yourself more freely. So I would say go for the higher education, but if you can't, I would say just like do what you want to do. If college is something that you want to do it. I would say, like, if college is not in your set goal, don't do it. Don't feel like you have to be forced to go to college. But if you want to go to college for the experience and to gain more insight on the world, go and live your best life. Because my parents always tell me, like, you're always constantly learning. Like, even in post-grad, there is still a lot, like, I can learn. Like, I can still go back to school. Like, I have had thoughts about going to esthetician school because I love makeup, or going to beauty school, all that stuff. You're constantly learning and constantly learning about yourself. Even in your 60s, your 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, even 90s. Like, I've learned of like actors who started their careers extremely late in life but are famous. Like, there was a show called Always Sunny in Philadelphia. There was an old lady who started her acting career at 90 years old and is famous, kind of, but still, you still have a lot to learn. And especially me, like, especially now when a lot of people are saying, like, oh, like, people kind of try to say, like, oh, your younger years, like, 30, like, people, like, have been saying now, 30s is your new 20s. 20s is still, like, you are still so young. I'm only 23. And, like, I'll still be learning stuff in my 30s and so on and so forth. So, know that just because you are young doesn't mean your life is ending by the time you turn like 25, 28. A lot of people on the internet say that, like, oh, you're like old when you're like 25, but like, just know that young, just because you're young doesn't mean that you're gonna always be accomplished. So, like, always just go slow, take things one step at a time. So yeah, that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and follow the Instagram down in the doobly doo. So without further ado, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys have a nice and safe day. Bye.